the morning news. Drink your coffee and eat your everything bagel too. Oh yes, and make sure you let them tell you who to hate today. It's gonna change tomorrow anyway. Some say you get what you pay for. Others say you get what you need. But if you ain't got shit to stand for, then why the hell do you bleed? Some people say that you get what you deserve. Others say you get what you get. But if they don't break your leg or pick your pocket, or watch out your man on how he lives. You can have faith in God, but that don't mean that goddamn thing. You don't give a damn about one another. And I don't care much for religion, but I know we got to look out for our brothers and sisters. Some say you get what you pay for, and others say you get what you need. But if you ain't got shit to stand for, then why the hell do you bleed? Some people say that you get what you deserve, and others say you get what you get. But if it don't break your leg or pick your pocket, watch out your man on how he lives. So go ahead, turn on the evening news. Let them spoon feed lies to you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Booze and News. Hey, Albert, how you doing?
Hey!
So, cool. We are live and uncut. This is the Happy Half Hour, which we normally do on Wednesdays at 8 p.m., but I was working late last night, so we're doing it tonight. Let us know if you can hear us okay and see us as we get going here in the comments, which I'm going to try and see if they're loading on my phone. But, yeah.
Booze News.
Albert, while I go ahead and get everything set up, why don't you tell the folks at home what you've been up to this week?
I got into a car wreck. A car hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's fine, I guess. I don't know. That's what I've been telling everybody.
You should. You didn't sue?
Well, actually, I wanted to talk about that. My uncle, who has watched our program before, he's a cop.
Maybe Clark.
And
Maybe, we don't know.
I was thinking about that last night because he called me and was being kind of aggressive. I mean, it's kind of his personality anyway. He's actually a funny guy. He's a silly guy. You know, but like a lot of my family members on my mom's side, very aggressive and he was telling me that I should sue these people.
That's funny.
And
so they're always giving you
okay.
shit about not working enough or whatever, and then even though y'all are okay now, they want you to go sue the fuck out of everybody.
Well, which is funny, and I kind of think he was doing it as a joke. I don't know how serious he was. It could have been just some big elaborate, like, aren't you a Democrat? Shouldn't you be suing? But it also felt like he was being serious. So I don't know what he was trying to do or how, he was giving me examples of other relatives in my family that sued, but these relatives that sued in car wrecks got fucked up in the car wreck, like really fucked up. So that makes sense, but I don't know.
Well, It's kind of shitty to sue if you're. That's fucked up. If you're not actually hurt, people do that shit all the time. They fucking, like that guy that sued because his coffee was too fucking hot. Remember that shit at McDonald's?
That was a woman.
Or the woman or whatever, whoever, the person.
You never saw there's a documentary about that. No, it actually burned her fucking area up. There's photos of it.
Okay, but still, It's fucking hot coffee.
But it fucked her up. She was an old person too. I never knew that. That person was an elderly woman.
Okay, whatever.
I'm
not going to make any excuses for stupidity here because I don't think that there was no malice that the people at McDonald's didn't go, yeah, fuck this old lady. You know what I mean? They just made it a hot coffee.
But wait a minute. But we hate corporations. Why do we give a fuck if someone makes millions off McDonald's, right?
Here's the deal. For sure, but what if that was just you and your little coffee shop business, right? See?
Oh, well then, yeah.
Now it could happen. And now you have to fucking go, now they have to write hot coffee, a million times on the bottle and shit. It's like now they have to write on goddamn Tide laundry detergent, do not eat this shit. You know what I mean?
Speaking of hot coffee, let me just say this. I actually think that Starbucks coffee is fucking hot as fuck.
It's supposed to be. It's hot coffee.
I know, but it's like it burns. If it touches your skin, it fucking burns.
No shit. Yes, that's what coffee. That's what hot coffee is supposed to be.
So fucking hot.
No, that's what hot coffee is supposed to be. Now, if you want cold coffee, get the cold coffee, iced coffee.
Fuck that. What about room temperature coffee? See, that's a business.
Then here's an idea.
Room temperature coffee.
That business is gonna fail, but you know what? Do that. Just make a bunch of coffee, leave it sit out forever. Dude, I hate room temperature coffee. It sucks so bad. But anyway, fuck coffee. Let's get into beer. It's our beer review time. We got a beer here to review this week. Why don't you show everybody it? This is, the Hazy...
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
This is a limited release by Deschutes, which is a super cool fucking brewery out of, I think, Oregon. Yeah, Bend, Oregon. And I'll pull up that for all the info on that so people can see that. But why don't you read the details on this beer, like the ABV and all that. It's on the bottle.
ABU is 35. Alcohol volume is 4.8.
Hell yeah. So that's not super high alcohol. But
yeah,
but it is a hazy ale, which is like one of the styles that you like. You like ales a lot.
Yeah, I think I do. I'm starting to realize I like the ales.
And this is gonna be, I'm thinking, a little bit hoppier than your traditional ale. You know what I mean? But still, not like IPA level. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. It's a really nice color. It's like light gold.
Yeah.
Light blonde. Not dark. It has a great head on it, dude. Just check that shit out. Bam.
There you go. For the love of Christ, Jonathan finally got some head.
God damn it, I finally got some head. I've been wanting a head for months now.
You finally got it.
I finally got it.
God damn it.
You know what it's like? It's like a pale ale. 35 35 IBUs. Yeah, this is basically like a pale ale. Let's see what it says on the website here. It says it's got the info here. I don't know if you can see it. Why is my mouse freaking out? There we go. We got Pilsner 25%. This is the malts. Pilsner malt, wheat, unmalted wheat, flaked oats, acidulated. All right. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I learned something. I have to look that one up. Hops that they use for this is Cashmere, Simcoe, and Lemon Drop. I really like Lemon Drop, so that's going to give it a little bit of that citrusy kind of flavors.
Yeah.
And this was only available for April to June this year, so I got a lucky 6-pack of this. All right. So, what do you think?
I like it. I'm not like in love with it, but it's I could drink this and enjoy it.
Right on. It's 4.8%. So you could drink a 6-pack of this and not get, you're one of the things that you don't like is when we do IPAs a lot and they're like all 6-7%, right? and then you drink 6 of them, and you're just like had a hangover the next day. I feel like this, because it's 4.8,
Right.
you know, you're not gonna get a bad hangover off of it, which is a good thing.
Yeah. I like to play the game of not every time, but with beer, I try to play the I'll just feel full as fuck before I go to bed, but I won't wake up with a hangover.
It's so funny watching you get drunk because your eyes like start to shut. All right, let's get into our rating. So we got to give this our booze and news reviews rating system. So 1 out of 10, where are you putting this guy? It's over here.
I give this a solid. I give it a solid 6.5.
Ooh, kind of low.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna give it. I like it. I think this is a great, like, this is kind of like a session pale ale. And I think it'd be really good for summer. Like I said, I'm going to give it a 8. I would definitely buy this. I would definitely buy this again.
Yeah, maybe I'm tasting, I don't know if it's the hops or something that's,
Yeah,
I like something that's going to have more of like a stronger, like sour or fruity.
I think that, yeah, you like the we've been doing those lambics and the shanties, and you like that kind of speed.
Yeah.
And you also like maltier stuff, so I can see this is why not be something up your alley. But since I really like hops a lot, this is really, you know, my speed. So
Yeah.
But cool art too. So yeah, if you guys like, if you guys want some hoppy ale, so like basically a pale ale, go check this out. Deschutes Neon Daydream Hazy Ale. Hey, don't do that. Come over here and lay down. Puppy time, man. It's puppy time again. So
Don't eat that. Don't eat that
don't
shit.
don't eat that. Don't fuck that up. Don't kill yourself. Oh man, but he gives really good cuddles, man. He's fascinated with his reflection in the mirror, which is really interesting. There's not a lot of dogs that I've seen do that. Oh, we got someone commenting. Dinesh said, you know, you get extra experience when you bring the DM a sample. Yeah, Dinesh, I think you would like this, man, because it's you like hoppy stuff. See if I can get some more for you, because this is the last 2 that we have right here. But I'm gonna go play D&D with him tomorrow, which is fun. Something I've been doing. Hey, Dinesh, check out Pugsley. Let's bring him up here. Oh God, you're getting fat, Pugsley. Hi.
What does your dad think of Pugsley?
That he's really ugly, and and that he stinks, which is both accurate. I mean, he's got horrible farts. But Red, the other dog, is actually like been taking to him, kind of. You know what I mean? He's an older dog. He's an older dog, so he just gets annoyed by all the shenanigans. But they've been good. They haven't really fought too much. He nipped at him the other day because he kept humping him, but now he's kind of slowed. He's kind of slowed down on that. Dinesh says that the biggest difference between puppies and kids is that people get really mad when you beat your dog. That's funny. I was gonna say that you know, they're exactly.
Has Dinesh thought about doing stand up?
Yeah, I've been you know, potty training my dog the same way that I do my friends' kids when I babysit, and you know, I rub all my friends' kids' faces in their shit when they shit in the house.
Yeah.
So, all right. On that note,
Someone could take that out of context one day. We'd be fucked.
he rubs kids' face and shit. All right, let's just move on to some news. Our top story today is also about booze, Albert. So give me a little jingle for our top story.
Beep, 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 boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 boop.
That's the top story song. All right, y'all. Let's
to the index, American Airlines
let's pull
extending
this
its
up.
alcohol ban until
And
at least the
I don't want to
beginning
hear
of
what he's
next
saying.
year.
God damn it. Shut up, dude. So anyway, American Airlines suspend alcohol sales in coach through January. So as we talked about on the show a while back, because of a bunch of fuckery that's been going down on these airlines where people are just getting crazy, right? They've started banning alcohol. right? And American Airlines originally banned it for everybody. But now they're only banning alcohol in coach. So if you're in first class, you can still get your sweet, sweet booze. What do you think about that?
Man, that's so fucked up and unfair. And by the way, I just want to say that who the fuck wants to ride on a plane sober?
Right.
It's a scary fucking thing to ride on a goddamn plane.
It says United Airlines. Here's another one. United Airlines has stopped selling hard liquor, but is serving beer, wine, and hard seltzers.
What if you got on the plane, they were like, we're not selling any more beer, all we have is vodka.
American Airline will continue to serve alcohol in first class. That's just dumb. Well, that's like, you're right. That's so unfair, and also, you know, it's just stupid. What's to say one of these first class people are they're just, you know, they've got more class because they're in first class? I mean, you can get dumb fucking people up there too.
It really is disintegration. I'm not saying that right.
No, I don't think that's what I don't think that's what disintegration is. When someone gets like hit with like a laser and disintegrates.
What? I can't fucking say it.
I don't know what but it's you mean discrimination?
Yes.
Discrimination. No, I like disintegration. That's what I like. They're just going to start vaporizing people in coach next. For being too poor. Well, anyway, that's fucking dumb. And what's the deal with selling just beer, wine, and hard seltzer? Like, you can't get fucked up on that if you have enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have one of those little vodka bottles versus a fucking White Claw, it's basically like the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. They need to fucking let people... They need to let people drink on those fucking planes because it's too uncomfortable riding on planes for a lot of people. And if they need to like add on another like flight attendant that could be security if someone starts acting like a dumbass, then they should do that. But this whole like you can't drink now on these fucking flights is stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it just sucks because it's like a couple people ruin it for everybody. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different than like when they used to smoke on planes, right? Because when you smoke on the plane, well, everybody else has to fucking breathe in that shit, right?
Right.
But, you know, just because I get drunk on the plane doesn't mean everybody else is going to get fucked up too, right? It's just hurting my liver over here and not everybody else's, you know what I mean?
Exactly. No, it's actually, no, it's, there's no way that's gonna last. I mean, people should be protesting that, or we should protest that.
We are. You and I are. We'll start it. We're protesting. No more. Fuck American Airlines.
Go to the airport.
I already hate American Airlines because they're fucking assholes and they got all that fucking money from the government, and then the government goes, "Hey, don't lay anybody off." But they wrote in like a date when they got all that PPP money. They had a special contract, and the day that contract expired, they laid off like fucking 50% of their workforce, and then everyone's plane flights got fucked up. They go, "Oh, sorry, we're short staffed," because you just laid everybody off. You know what I mean? It's just they're a bullshit company in the first place. Yep. So anyway, let's move on to our next topic. Science.
Take a train. Get fucked up on a train. Trains need to make a comeback.
Trains do need to make a comeback. I'm a huge proponent for trains.
Get fucked up on a train.
Hell yeah, and you can get way more fucked up on a train. And in fact, you can even get a bed. You know what I mean? So if you get too fucked up, you can just go lay down.
Hell yeah.
So, trains are great. We need more trains in this country. All right, let's move on. Speaking of that, let's move on to science. So I don't have any science music, so just give me a little science jingle. I don't have any of my music pulled up.
Science.
Hell yeah. Dinesh said that his wife is a big fan of trains. Dinesh, you gotta go do some stand up.
Secret group is they always need new faces, man.
Well, he used to work there.
I know he did. You know what's funny? I barely spoke to Dinesh. I wish I would have like got to know him a little bit more now.
Well, if we ever need another person for D&D, you should come play. It's fun. All right. Well, speaking of trains and how useful they would be, let's move on to somebody who basically is an idiot and keeps getting billions of dollars from the government for stupid ideas. And of course, I'm talking about Elon fucking Musk. So I don't know if you saw this. Elon Musk put a lady in a goddamn robot costume the other day. Did you see that video?
I heard about this. I didn't watch a video on it.
I think I got the video. Let me pull this video up. All right, here's the video. This is just a lady, Albert, in a fucking little costume.
Is that a robot?
No, that's a lady in a costume.
Oh.
Dancing some vaudevillian bullshit. Like the Six Flags grandpa.
What the fuck is going on over there?
This is Elon Musk's presentation. He's like, I'm gonna start making robots. And he does this bullshit. I'm gonna pause this shit. So he does this shit. He gets this lady dancing around, and everyone goes, what a genius. He's gonna make robots. I wish that I could do something that fucking stupid and get billions of dollars from people. It's just absolutely,
I don't get
absolutely fucking insane. I mean, that's
just trying to.
I was watching that and I was going, what the fuck? And people really believe it. They go, oh yeah, he's gonna make robots, don't you know?
Well, first off, even if you made a robot, the robot's gonna be stupid as fuck. It's gonna have the brain as like Google. It's gonna be like Google Home with the body.
He's not gonna make one. He just put a lady in a fucking costume, and you saw how she was dancing around, and everyone's like, yeah, Elon.
Wait, are you sure?
That was really his presentation.
Really what he did?
Yes.
Or is that
No, that was his presentation. He comes on at the end of the video, and he's like, all right, thank you. That was his fucking presentation.
So he's like trying to be funny?
No.
So what the fuck is that about then? He's just like,
this is his. He's an idiot, and this is his grift. He can do anything, Albert. He can say, look, I'm gonna revolutionize pooping, right? He could go, pooping, that's what we used to do in the past. What if I made a robot that it's like a vacuum and it sucks the shit out of your ass? And everyone would go, yeah, Elon, he's a fucking genius.
Dude, that's actually a pretty good idea.
No, that's fucking stupid. Just poop.
But if you didn't have to deal with the,
if you didn't have to push shit out your ass, that's probably really good for your stomach. That's the way we evolved, Albert. Like, to actually have to push shit out of your ass. If you stop doing that, I'm sure everything else would get fucked up in your body because that's how it's supposed to work. He's just a fucking moron. Anyway, he says he's gonna make these fucking robots.
Stupid ass, rich, crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, and he just keeps getting tons of money to do his dumb shit. I mean, we're talking about trains. And he was trying to... did you ever see his underground tunnel idea?
No.
He had this thing where he's like, hey, what if I made these tunnels and people could drive their cars onto these platforms into the tunnel, and then they'd be on a thing and it would shoot them around on their car, and they could come up out of the tunnel, right? And then there wouldn't be any traffic for cars. And it's like, oh, you mean like a fucking subway? Which we have had for, whatever, 80 years?
I think Elon Musk he sounds like he's just losing his shit.
He's dumb as hell. Let's see, we got some more comments that came in. Dinesh said he met you. Yeah. Clark says he hates you still, apparently. Dinesh said, think of all the TP you could save if it was vacuumed out. Dinesh, I'm going to tell you right now, if you aren't using if you haven't been using the, what's it called? The little water fountain for your butt, the bidet. The bidet is actually a sweet-ass invention. I don't know why it hasn't caught on in America. It's really big in, like, Japan and in France and in Europe. But have you ever used a bidet, Albert?
Well, we installed something here. That's it doesn't come from on the toilet, but it's connected to, it's like a hose.
Oh, it's like
shoot up your ass.
It's like a ghetto bidet.
Yeah.
You got one of them ghetto ones.
Yeah.
Well, that one's kind of probably not that great. It's like, because that's just blasting a water hose on your ass. See, the bidet comes out and it like squirts water up your butt, and then it comes out and it shoots air, so it actually dries your ass. So all you have to do is like wipe. And then when you wipe, you don't have to worry about, like, you know, getting shit stains and all that. It's all washed away. It's all dried. All you're doing is wiping to get, like, the extra water off. It's a great invention.
I'm a big fan of the men wipes.
Man wipes?
The dude wipes.
I hated those, actually, because there's some kind of fragrance.
Dude wipes.
Yeah, there's some kind of fragrance in those that was fucking with my skin.
Well, I get the fragrance-free ones. They have fragrance-free ones.
But I used to use those when I would go like camping and shit because, yeah, you know what I mean? You might have to go take a dump in the woods.
Do you think bears ever step on human shit and go, "Ah, oh, fuck"?
Oh, that's a good one. That's good. These goddamn humans shitting in the woods like a bunch of fucking animals. Let's move on to our next topic. Okay, so we're gonna get into the domestic news portion of everything. Hey guys, stop fighting back here. All right, domestic news. Man, we got a lot of domestic news to get to, and not that much time. We did start a little bit late, so let's just get into it. So, as we've probably all seen in the last week, that a lot of these white nationalists are just completely losing their minds right now. Everybody knows, probably by now, about that guy, Floyd Ray Roseberry, who had a MAGA meltdown, and he drove his pickup truck across the nation to the Capitol with a bomb, or whatever, explosive device, or whatever the fuck he said he had, which I think turned out not even to be a bomb. I don't know, and I don't think I can say that word technically on YouTube, but I just did. But anyway, I don't know what the fuck he had. They fucking... He sat there, he was live streaming on Facebook saying he was gonna fucking, you know, blow himself up or whatever, and all this shit, and ranting about how all the Democrats need to fucking step down from office, because of course that was his demands, right? And then they went on his Facebook page, and he was all, the election's stolen and all this shit. So what I'm trying to say is, this is what happens when you gaslight these people so much, right? And they just can't take it anymore. They're losing their shit.
Yeah. And it's gonna there apparently was a report on like people driving. People are like speeding more than ever now. I know it's all these goddamn Republicans driving around, hauling ass, angry, you know, pissed off about everything going on, and it all has to do with those illegal immigrants.
Right. They're so bad about that, right?
So somehow when my uncle called me the other day talking about suing these people that hit me, it was a kid that hit me, by the way. It was a teenager who was crying on the side of the road.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Oh, hey, yeah. I just turned on the sound so you can hear, because I want to show you this video. You should be able to hear it. Let me know. So yeah, just speaking of this, you can see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see if you can hear it too. This is QAnon mom. Just totally, these people are so unhinged. She's at some fucking, if you haven't been seeing this is all over the place. All these school board meetings that these people are freaking out with their conspiracy shit. Listen to this.
QAnon mom needs to eat a salad.
Yeah, QAnon mom needs to eat a salad.
Exists in the world.
Worried about fucking bullshit.
Right. Here, it's kind of quiet. Can you hear it?
Fake virus, bioweapon jab. Fake president. You will not experiment on my children. It's always been about the children. We know you're coming for the children. We will not comply. We only answer to God. People are waking up. Nothing can stop what is coming. You vote yes, you will all be tried for crimes against humanity. Children don't disappear. 800,000 children in the United States disappear. Where do they go? Human trafficking is the real pandemic. The mainstream media doesn't cover it. There's no virus. The media is the virus. The politicians, Hollywood, are all involved. Please vote no today. I'm begging you. I want you to think real hard about about these children. Trump won. Has an open part, and I'm here for the
Well,
So could you hear any of that?
man, I did hear it. And I want to say something. I actually feel bad for this. I mean, this lady. I mean, she's clearly got a lot of issues going on in her life. But you know what? You know what's funny is that they keep talking about the child thing, and it's like, you know what? I think it's perfectly fine to be concerned with missing children in the United States. So that is a big thing, and human trafficking is a thing. But they combine that with racism.
Well, yeah, exactly. And
They combine that shit with racism.
Well,
and even though I don't think she actually mentioned immigrants, I'm surprised she didn't mention illegal aliens.
Right, but let's just break that down for one. One, I don't know where she got that number 800,000 from. That's probably a lie. Two, right? She says the virus isn't real. In fucking, I forget what city I was looking at in Florida earlier, right? Just today, there was a woman, their fucking entire hospital is full, right? They had 790 patients at this one hospital. They have every room. They have rooms that are not even dedicated for medical treatment filled with people, like fucking office supply rooms and shit, just completely full. 10 floors of patients, they said, all with COVID. Right?
Right.
They don't want to fucking admit. See, all of this crazy propaganda conspiracy goes hand in hand. It's always the anti-vaxxers, save the children, fucking the Jewish space laser. I mean, they believe in all this bullshit that Alex Jones is fucking talked about, and they see on TikTok and what all these other dumbass channels, right? And what does she say right at the very end of the video?
Trump won.
Right, that's the next one. That's the next conspiracy, right?
But this girl is actually one of the this girl wasn't even in her. This girl was. This speech was awful.
First of all, the speech is about wearing masks in schools, right?
Yeah.
She never even fucking talked about any of that bullshit. She said that's a fake virus and they're trying to take all the children. So I think we talked about on this show before the number. We looked at statistics for child abuse, right, and all that, right? 80%, or I think it was over that actually, happen with people that are friends of the family or family members themselves. So it's like an uncle or a cousin or a brother. You know what I mean? But they always want to blame it on what? They want to blame it on fucking the Mexicans coming over. Or now the Afghanistan's coming over. Have you seen that shit?
Well, yeah. Well, no, I mean, like I said, these people are fucking insane and they're stupid.
But have you seen the videos where they're sitting there going, it's so terrible what's happening in Afghanistan to these women and children? And then they go, well, should they be allowed to come over here as refugees? And they go, no, we can't do that.
No,
because they really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
I love how people in my family and people in general that comment on this kind of stuff. I love how they act like America belongs to them, like they own this land. First off, you don't own shit. You're a citizen. The government owns your dumbass. You don't own your property. You got to pay property taxes every fucking year. And if the state wants that property tax to go up, your ass better pay up or you'll lose your fucking house. You don't own shit. You don't own nothing. So to be like, I don't want no one coming over here. You don't own this fucking land, motherfuckers.
Well, and then here's the thing.
This ain't your shit to talk about who can come here and who can't. You don't own crap.
And everybody came here. We're all fucking immigrants. We talk about this all the goddamn time.
Exactly. No, 100%.
But let's listen to some more of their crazy nonsense, just because I'm just telling you, this is why they're starting to ramp up their fucking surveillance and shit, because these people have it completely unhinged.
And let me tell you something. Go home tonight and take one of these spoons and put it on your vaccination spot. Guess what? It's gonna stick to you.
Albert, wait, I'll pause that. You know that's not true because you tested it. But she's certain that it's gonna happen. All right, let's keep playing the video.
Corner, get into some silence and some meditation. Hopefully some of you believe in God and pray and check in with yourself or whoever you answer to and ask, is this something normal? To have metal stick to you? Is this human? No. Guess what else? You take a black light flashlight and shine it on your veins, and you're now going to glow in the black light, because guess what? You're no longer human. You're 2.0s, and we are afraid of you. shedding your spike proteins. And this
Yeah.
is the reason why people are in the hospital. It's not the unvaccinated. It's the vaccinated.
Right, Albert. We're not human anymore. Did you know that? You're a mutant now. You're like a satanic mutant. And if you put a black light next to you, what's fucking hilarious, Albert, is this is so easily disproven, and we could fucking disprove it, and she'd go, no way. I
Well, you know what-
stick
you know what's so
I can stick
funny?
all the fucking spoons in my house up to myself. Nothing's gonna happen. You've got all the black light in the world. She's an idiot.
You know what's so funny to me about these people too that I want to bring up? I'm sure someone has said this. What's up with these fucking motherfuckers with these like camo bullshit type of attire or whatever, clothing, like they support the troops? Do these people not understand what the fuck a troop is and a military? They work for the government. They're the fucking government's working ants.
Albert, they don't. They're
so fucking stupid.
They've been lied to so much that they don't know which way is up and which way is down. That's how they can believe the craziest shit. That's how people, Albert, even people I know that aren't even into all the MAGA conspiracy shit, they'll watch a fucking that goddamn Elon Musk presentation with a lady in a fucking robot costume dancing around, and they'll go, yeah, that's a good, yeah.
I just want these fucking rednecks.
They don't have any fucking reasoning ability anymore. Everything is just...
Take that camo bullshit off. The military don't have nothing to do with y'all. The military works for the people that are making all these decisions that these people claim to dislike. So these people need to stop fucking repping the military. It's fucking stupid as fuck.
This is a really sad story, actually, that goes along with what we've been talking about. So check this out. I don't know if I told you about this. So there was a California dad killed his kids over QAnon and serpent DNA conspiracy theories. So this guy said, I guess, that his wife was Satan or a demon or some shit because she didn't like Trump or whatever the fuck, something, you know what I mean? She didn't believe in all the QAnon conspiracy theories, so she was obviously a devil worshiper, demon. And to rescue their kids, which she had somehow corrupted, he took them to Mexico and stabbed them, what does it say? He stabbed them each like over a dozen times with a fucking harpoon gun and murdered them to save them.
Yeah,
it's just fucking sad, man.
It is, but this guy, he's, you've got a lot of mentally ill people.
I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. I mean, he looks like a normal enough dude. I don't know what he did for a living, but yeah, I mean. But these people, I'm just saying, they've been reading this shit. They've been reading so much bullshit propaganda for years now, right?
Yeah.
And they're losing their fucking minds. They're losing
their
fucking minds, man.
Yeah, I mean they really, really are, and
they're murdering their own children.
I know, bro. It's so fucking sad, man.
And you know what really is? You know what? We talk about this all the time on the show, and people want to give a shit for it. But if we had fucking mental health care in this country, if we had free health care and we had free mental health care, and people got to go see a therapist and shit, right? We could address a lot of this bullshit.
100%.
Because a therapist isn't going to let you continue down this path, this delusional path. They're going to try to help you. But nobody can have access to any of that shit because it's too goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what's also sad is that, I've dealt with this just in my personal life with people that I know. When there's someone with a mental illness, everyone around them senses there's something wrong with these people, and they don't do anything about it.
Well, most people, and that's another thing that's sad about it, is a lot of people.
Most fucking families are.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's another thing that's sad about it. When I was watching this QAnon little documentary about this on Channel 5, where they went into one of their rallies that they had recently, right? And all of the QAnon people are like, yeah, my families don't even talk to me anymore. And it's sad because they're just tired of hearing their crazy bullshit. And then nobody's looking out for them. Now they're just in a group with all the other crazies.
Yeah. And this, this just goes back to family, and the the family unit, which America, the government has done a great job breaking in half with money and status and all this bullshit. I'm over here half the time. Everything I argue with my parents about is always about fucking money. And it's all about status and rules that the government in places.
Yeah.
Not them.
And that's the thing.
Not them.
And here's the thing. I mean, that's pretty common. And nobody wants to admit how badly they're doing economically. Because you know what I mean? There's always this illusion about, oh, well, I'm middle class. When in reality, most of us just need to admit that we're fucking poor and we're not doing well, right? How many people do you know that think that they're still middle class, even though all the data shows that's been eroding for the last 20, 30, 40 years, right? I've been poor. I have never made, as myself, enough money to even consider myself at the most money I ever made anywhere close to middle class. You know? I've always been working poor, even when I was working over 40 hours a week.
That's how I've always been.
So,
and my parents brainwashed mine. They'll think I'm not working hard enough, and
yeah, you're supposed to work 70. You're supposed to work 75 hours a week, Albert. Don't you fucking know that? Just so
you're supposed to work 200 hours a week. I mean, come on. I mean, like I said, my family. I've had my parents. My dad is so deluded. He'll tell me, "Hey, you're supposed to be a sad, miserable motherfucker." I mean,
and then you go. There's not even 200 hours in a week, and they go, "Hey, suck it up, pussy."
Yeah. Work your ass off, get home, blow your brains out. That's the American way.
So anyway, I'm gonna move on to global news. I don't know if you've seen this shit, but there was a fucking crazy huge fire going on in Siberia. I'm seeing if I can figure out how large it was, or if it's still going on, because I wrote this portion up a couple days ago, and now it's giving me a paywall. All right, give me a second. I gotta figure out how large is the fire. How large is the Siberian fire? I think they were saying it is literally the largest fire that we've ever had on record. Okay. So 8,000 square miles. It is an area nearly 10 times bigger than the one that they just had in California, which I think was the second largest one in all of American history, or California history. How large is that? 8,000 square miles. Anyway, it's just fucking massive, dude. I guess it's gone out by now. This is from 11th. Is it still burning? Let me see. No, fire season is still not over, and yeah, pretty crazy. So anyway, I mean, they were saying like the air pollution from this is going to be insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of global news. Let's see what else I have written down that's going on in the world right now. Oh, Australia's been having crazy protests. Have you been seeing any of that on TikTok or anything?
I'm trying to think. I feel like no, I have not.
So here's the crazy thing about Australia, and I want to kind of talk about this and just pick your brain for a second. They have had very few cases of COVID compared to like us over here, right?
Uh-huh.
I think they have had like a couple thousand, maybe 8,000 deaths or something, right? And we've had hundreds of thousands, right? But they have done a lot more lockdowns than we've done, right? And so they just went back into another period of lockdown. And the people are out there like fucking protesting, fighting the cops, because they're just tired of being locked down. And I can like understand that in a way, right? But it seems like that's working to keep the virus in check. You know what I mean? But at what extent does that become too much? I guess it's just a debate. You know what I mean? And the issue is that enough people just aren't getting vaccinated. They have a very low vaccine rate. I think it's like 50%. So they can't get back to normal because people won't get vaccinated.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, if the lockdowns are obviously working over there, and you're always going to have people that are going to be mad about that. But this is one of these situations where people and here's the thing, and I get on here and I complain about the government. We talk shit,
Right.
but at the end of the motherfucking day, I live in reality, and there's so many people out there that don't want to live in reality, and they want to pretend like we're living in some alternate reality where they they control shit. You don't control anything. I don't control anything. I'm just me. I'm just a guy. I don't control shit. The government controls everything, and
Right.
it doesn't matter what
And-
I think. That's the truth. And if the government thinks that your ass needs to be in your fucking house,
Right. And
or whatever the fuck it is, you need to fucking just do it.
well, and also,
You-
what are you gonna do? You're not gonna win. You're not gonna beat them.
You're not gonna fucking win. It's you. You're gonna go on the street and get fucking punched by a cop,
And
you're gonna go home with a bloody nose.
Probably get COVID.
And probably get and probably
Because you won't get
sick.
because you won't get a fucking vaccine. And that's the other thing.
Right.
Now, even though the vaccine is proving less and less effective against breakthrough cases, right? With like Delta and Lambda and all that, right?
Yeah.
All the data still shows that even with those variants, that if you are vaccinated, right, and it depends on what kind of vaccine you have, but your chances of being hospitalized are still much lower. And your chances of dying are still much lower. Right?
Yeah.
Just like if you get the flu vaccine, right, your chances of having a really bad flu are reduced. But people don't want to do it. They go, fuck it. I'll just take the worst of the worst. Give it to me. And at some point, I understand that it's your right to do whatever you fucking want to do. But it's also, how is it also not the government's responsibility to try to protect everybody else, right? And say, hey, if you want to go to bars, and if you want to go to theaters, and if you want to go to cruises and airlines and restaurants, right? You need to be vaccinated. Yeah. And if you don't want to do that, then stay your ass home and eat at home.
Yeah.
Watch
and
TV.
Don't be whining and crying about it. These fucking cruise ships and all these entertainment companies, they're not gonna fuck around. And don't whine about it. And let me say something. Australia is not a third world fucking country. They're not fucking dying of starvation over there. They're just like us.
Well,
they got all the shit they need.
Well,
they got all the shit they need.
Some people are, but not. I get what
you
you're
know
saying.
what? Shut the fuck up. You want to go out? Oh my god, I can't have a beer at a public place. Have a beer with your friends in your fucking backyard.
What is that?
And start a fire.
What kind of beer is
you
that?
You don't need to go to a goddamn bar that bad. Shut the fuck up.
I know, but people
crying over going out. You're crying about going out. Going out where? There's something to fucking do.
But Albert, here's the thing, and this will circulate back to what we were talking about earlier about work and shit. Is people hate their jobs so much that they've got to fucking go do this shit. They gotta go to the bar every fucking night.
No, and you know what? That's a great fucking point. Because you're right. And you know what? I'm not doing that. I don't go to a job that I'm fucking miserable at for fucking 8 hours a day. And you know what, Jonathan? If I was, I'd probably be out there protesting.
You'd be pulling
losing my mind.
You'd be pulling your hair out because you've got to go to the fucking bar because there's nothing else in your life. You know what I mean?
That you just fucking. That's it right there, bro. You just said it.
And at some point, I empathize with them. I understand they've been fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
and I understand them too. If I was them, I might be doing the same thing. But and this is the message that I feel like me and you both are trying to put out there, which I want to put out there. I want to tell people, stop it. You're living in some apartment that's taking all your money because you feel like you have to live in that apartment. Get out of it. Figure something else out. Do something. Figure out a way to live. You don't need all this shit. We don't need all this shit. Southerners, you know this. People in the South, they blow all their money. They buy boats. They go hunting. They love to spend money.
Yeah.
And that's why they believe in going to work and all this bullshit. It's like no one needs all that shit like you do.
Well, right. And when we get back to our kind of regular show, not the live stream that's more segmented, remember when we used to talk about like economics? We would have topics like that, right? Like serious discussions about things. There's a reason why people don't save money, right? And that's because saving money, there's no interest on savings. So you just blow everything. You invest everything. You don't keep any money around. In Keynesian economics, it's called a liquidity trap. But there's a reason why people don't do that, and they just buy boats and they just buy fucking Bitcoin.
Yeah.
They just buy Bitcoin,
Yeah.
right? Because why save my money if it's not getting any?
Or they-
If it's not doing anything in the bank, I'll just buy Bitcoin with it, right? It's kind of just a product of just our economic system and where we're at.
And we're brainwashed as fuck. My parents, they think I'm over here living with Marissa's family. They think that I'm all kinds of, whatever Clark would say. And it's just like, no, man, I'm trying to, and I've told this to my parents. I've told this to my mom. I've had conversations with her about it. I've told her, I said, I'm trying to protect my mental health, woman.
Yeah. So,
and it goes over her head. She doesn't understand it because she's already locked in to some job. She can't fucking leave.
we got some comments coming in. I'm gonna go grab me another drink, but I want you to address the comments. Of course, Clark is talking about you living with your grandpa or wife's grandpa. Wimbley,
Clark needs to get some new material, man. This is getting old.
Wimbley Diddly Doo, my friend, is back. That's the best. That's the best fucking screen name. She says that. Oh, she said, I guess they can storm the Capitol. Yeah, I mean, they can. But once they got in the Capitol, remember, they didn't even know what the fuck to do. They were just taking selfies and shit. They had no plan.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about how even if they would have accomplished what they wanted, they would have been killed.
And they also had no plan on what to do. They're just angry about...
Just imagine if they actually would have took some politicians hostage. They would have went in there and sniped them. They would have been all fucking dead.
Yeah. No. They had no
It
long-term
would have
plan.
been a fucking massacre if they would have actually got to the politicians' room and put guns to them. You know what would have happened.
They didn't think any of that shit through. Because what did they do? What did they accomplish? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
The next thing that she said was, do you think this strategy behind politicians choosing not to push vaccines... Oh, do you think... Well, I think she meant, do you think there is a strategy behind politicians choosing not to push vaccines? And if so, what do you think the target of that strategy is? So I want you to think about that, and I'm going to grab my drink and then just tell her what you think that is. Did you get the question?
Say it again.
What she said, what do you think there is a strategy behind politicians choosing not to push vaccines? And if so, what do you think the target of that strategy is? And I think she means like certain politicians or whatever.
Yeah, I think that the only thing I can think of is if there's any politicians that are pushing not to get vaccinated or telling people they don't need to or whatever, that's just them trying to get votes. They're probably in a Republican state and they're just saying whatever the fuck they feel like they need to say to get voted in again next year. Their asses are probably getting the fucking vaccine. I'm sure they have it. I'm sure every one of these politicians has the vaccine.
That's so funny because that's exactly what Dinesh just said. The strategy is to get reelected. By the way, I made me a mojito. It was sitting in the fridge. That's how I was so fast. It was just sitting there. But,
Hell yeah.
But that's totally what it is. I agree with you. I think
what the politicians are saying is always bullshit.
Yeah,
don't
because it's like Greg.
It's always horseshit.
Because it's like Greg Abbott's ass. Oh, they shouldn't be wearing masks and in schools, and it's your choice to get vaccinated or whatever. His ass, but his ass has gotten the booster shot, all the vaccines, experimental drugs. As soon as he got sick, what was he doing? Wearing his mask everywhere he went, right? He knows what the fuck is up, but he's just playing to his base because he knows that's what they want to hear, and that's what's going to get his ass reelected.
It's like talking to fucking kids that you're trying to keep happy.
Right.
I'm gonna give you candy. I'll give you whatever you want. Just stop whining. Meanwhile, you're in the back eating fucking steaks. He's eating good, and he's like, I'm gonna give you the little bullshit you want to be happy. Just shut up.
Well, that's kind of a weird analogy. I would say like fast food,
It is a weird,
or something. But yeah,
it is a weird analogy. I'm drunk. it probably didn't make much sense.
Well, it is booze.
But the idea is that he's telling them some stupid shit to keep them contained while he's doing something else. That's the point. He's not. It's all horse shit to get a vote.
And no, I totally agree with you. That's Dinesh. Yeah, Dinesh says he wants to come on the show. We should have Dinesh on sometime. That would be good.
Let's have him on.
Yeah, we'll have him on Instagram. We'll do Instagram with you. Let's move on to our next topic. Let's get off of global news for a little bit and move over to entertainment. You got to entertain. Oh, no, I have an entertainment jingle. Let me pull that up. Entertainment song. Dude, because I made this shit and we just don't ever use it enough. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Booze and News dance beat. Play that shit.
That sounds like LA to me. I feel like I'm in LA listening to that.
Hell yeah. All right. So, man, this mojito I made is pretty good. I used like twice the amount of lime juice that I normally use. Mm-hmm. And so it's really tart, but it has like that limeade type, texture now. Let's see. Clark wants to know why we don't have him on. Number one, Clark, we don't even know who the fuck you are. Because Clark is not even a real person. You have to if you want to ever come on the show, you got to admit who you are first. You got to drop your name.
Tell us who you are and don't hide behind some fake ass photo.
And then we'll think about it. And also, we can't just have you come on and call Albert a fucking dumbass the whole time. That's not really much of a show. We'd have to figure out a way to do it. But yeah, come out come out of the shadows and we'll talk about it. Now on to entertainment news. The big story that I wanted to talk about was the epic fuck up over at OnlyFans, which I'm sure you've heard of.
Yeah.
So OnlyFans announced a couple days ago that they were going to ban all explicit material, basically pornography, off of their platform. Which happens to be almost 100% of their fucking content. Yeah. So like, it's, what a fucking dumb idea was that. So everybody, what happened was all the creators started leaving, right? I don't know what they thought. I guess they thought that all of these porn stars and sex workers were just going to stop making porn and start like reading stories and doing a show like this or something. They were just going to move to something else from sex work, and they were still going to make money, right? But no, they just went to a different platform, and then they realized they were about to go bankrupt. So what did they say? Well, they've reversed course, and I guess now they're going to allow sex work on the platform still.
Yeah, which I thought was such a weird, such a weird thing that happened with it. I don't know what's going on. I mean, that's I don't know. Maybe shit. You know what? They might have done it to get publicity. I don't fucking know. Hey, let me
But who the fuck doesn't know about OnlyFans?
Exactly. I'm drinking. I gotta go pee.
Oh, I was gonna go piss. So while he does that, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next entertainment news topic, and I want to know, you guys give me some feedback. We have some funny shit going on in the comments. Let me address that. Albert's ex-wife's new man is what Clark says. That's not your name. If that's your name, that's a weird name, Clark. What's your real name? Come out of the closet, Clark. Dinesh says he's Clark. Wimbly Diddly Doo says they're Clark too. Yeah, we're all Clark. It's kind of like Batman at this point. All right, I want to pick your brain, y'all's brains about this topic. Jeopardy obviously lost its beloved host recently, Alex Trebek. I don't think there was ever a host before Alex Trebek. At least not in my lifetime. He was the OG host the entire time I've been alive. And so it's really hard to fill the shoes of somebody like that. And I want to know what you guys think, if you guys are Jeopardy fans, because they tried to fill his shoes with this guy. Let me pull this article up. Who I never heard of before. Never fucking heard of him. His name was Mike Richards. And apparently he had done some other game shows. But some podcast and other shit came up of him, I guess, like negging former female co-workers and making some sexist remarks about their bodies. So they reversed course on him as the, new host, and he's no longer going to be the host. So instead, they're going to that chick from Big Bang Theory. Have you heard about the Jeopardy news or any of that stories going on, Albert?
Yes. Yeah, they've been having replacement people.
So they have this. So they had this guy. I forget his name. Anyway, not important. They were gonna get him for the job. A bunch of like, I guess, sexist remarks that he had made in the past for his former employees and staff. Right? He would talk about like the inappropriate comments at work or whatever. Had surfaced. So he got approved for the job, and then they came up, and then he got then they fired him or whatever. And so then they were gonna get this chick from Big Bang Theory, who is, I guess, the front runner right now. Her name is Mayim Bialik. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but she's from Big Bang Theory, if you've ever seen that show. And apparently the Twitterverse is not happy about this because even though she is, I think, what is she? She has some doctor degree in...
Yeah, she's apparently like a genius or something, I think. Like she like has a high IQ and stuff.
She has a degree in some kind of medical profession. I forget what it is. But here's the deal. She was also notoriously an anti-vaxxer for years.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, she's a neurosurgeon. But yeah, she was. So now she has, since COVID-19, apparently changed her mind. And she has gotten herself and her kids all vaccinated.
Okay.
But
interesting.
I don't know. It's just weird that you get somebody on a show like Jeopardy who it's all about like factoids and science and shit, right? Who at one point embraced like that whole anti-vax thing. And she also sells nootropics, which is something that you and I have talked about a lot, which are those bullshit supplements to make your brain work better and shit, right? Which none of it's approved, but she's made a fuckload of money off of selling that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain and all that bullshit.
Now I'm not. You know this. I'm not opposed to supplements.
Well, I am. I'm very opposed to it. Now I'm okay with
I'm not.
I'm okay. I'm okay with vitamins and stuff, but to say that,
I mean vitamins.
But I think I think they can improve your health. But to say that they improve brain function or they'll help you lose weight like dietary supplements, I think that's all a scam. I think it's all a scam. I think the only way that you lose weight is really diet, exercise. You know, those other things might help a little bit, but really the only way you like lose weight is diet and exercise, right? And
I mean all the supplements I take are not to lose weight though, you know. Like,
sure, but what I'm telling you is they have a whole market, Albert, and you know this, of supplements which are called dietary supplements. They do,
but there's people, right? They do, but people say that it does work for them. What are you going to do?
Well, but Albert, people also say that if you take a vaccine, you turned into some kind of serpent mutant, and you're not a human anymore. So just because somebody says it doesn't mean it's worth a fucking lick of truth. A lot of this is just dumb bullshit. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that the Twitterverse has spoken, and they overwhelmingly have said that they want LeVar Burton to be the host of Jeopardy. You remember LeVar Burton from Reading Rainbow?
Yes.
So I don't understand why they just don't go with what the people want.
No, you know what? And to be honest with you, I think that he would be a better pick, and just in general. He has a massive cult follow. I mean, he's everyone loves that guy.
Everybody loves that guy, and I grew up. And here's the thing: we're talking about our generation because we grew up with Reading Rainbow, right? And we're gonna be the next generation that watches Jeopardy and shit, right?
Right.
So that would just make sense to me. And here's this funny tweet from Ryan Reynolds about the topic. So he said, pretty consistently from 2013 to 2015, Deadpool would explode on Twitter with fans wanting me to play him. It was awkward because I agreed with them, but the studio didn't see it. Ultimately, the fans won, and the rest is glorious history. I'm forever grateful. Hi at LeVar Burton. So he's saying maybe, listen to the fans and it'll all work out and it'll be the right choice, basically, right?
Interesting. That is so weird. I didn't know that about him being casted.
Yeah, apparently they were looking for other people other than him. He wasn't the first choice.
Right. But the fact that people went online and like said his name, like he needs to be Deadpool, like that's crazy. I didn't know that happened.
Well, I didn't use Twitter back then, so I can't corroborate
Well,
that.
And I was on Twitter, but I was not on it.
Yeah.
Also, so I had no idea there was some dialogue going on before the Deadpool movie started, saying they wanted specifically Ryan Reynolds to play him. I thought that was a Hollywood decision, which is so funny because I remember thinking that it was weird that they got Ryan Reynolds to play Deadpool because he already starred in the Green Lantern movie, and it was a huge
flop.
fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always remember thinking it was so odd they got him to be Deadpool.
And that made me mad because I really liked that. I'm not a big DC fan. I mean, I really like the Snyderverse, which we've talked about that on the show. But
yeah,
the Green Lantern was probably one of my favorite DC characters. I liked that character.
Yeah.
And how there's like different Green Lanterns in all the different universes and shit. Like I thought that was a good character. But let's move on to another entertainment news story. Well, this is just to briefly talk about this. There was recently The Gathering. Are you familiar with The Gathering?
Oh, the Juggalos, yes.
Yeah. So they recently had The Gathering, which is really funny because Ohio, I believe, has had this statement saying that there should be no gatherings of large crowds because of the Delta variant surge. And then they have the literal gathering of the Juggalos, right? So,
Right.
I mean, do you think that Juggalos get vaccinated? This is just an opinion, what you think they do?
That's a good question because from what I've seen about their fan base, they're sort of like hippie-ish kind of people.
Which makes me think they don't. Because a lot of hippies won't do it. They're just going to eat dandelion root and fucking use some crystals and incense.
I think, you're probably right. I mean, they're probably... But they're also really, like, I've seen so many interviews. I've actually seen a lot of stuff about them, and they actually seem like nice people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They look like white trash, but they're not racist. And part of that's because the Juggalos are very against that shit. Actually, they wrote the ICP has written music against racism and people that are racist, and that's because those guys grew up on black music. They grew up on hip hop.
For sure, and I do think that's an at some point we should actually do an ICP episode. I think because I think they get a bad rap. You know what I mean?
Well, they used
no pun intended.
Now
I guess
now they're considered cool. I'm telling you right now, they're cool now.
Yeah,
they are. It's the truth.
Well, speaking of rap music, I want to talk about Little Boosie for a minute. Are you a Little Boosie fan?
Yeah, I'm aware of him.
So this actually makes me kind of sad because I was a Little Boosie fan, and he's a fucking idiot. I mean, he just won't shut the fuck up about this homophobic bullshit.
He is. Oh. Little Boosie is a moron. Yeah.
And he just won't shut the fuck up about it. When everyone's telling him, like, hey, chill the fuck out. Leave Lil Nas X alone. Leave all this shit alone, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't know. If you listen to him talk, I listened to him on Charlemagne the God's show, The Breakfast Club or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he just won't shut the fuck up about it. And he admits, he goes, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like, well, then shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah. Little Boosie is a grifter, like what you say. Little Boosie, in my opinion, when he started getting attention for just being himself, which is like this radical kind of guy, I believe that he started being more radical on purpose to get more attention, to get money. And I think that's what his game is right now. He knows if he says homophobic shit, crazy shit, he's going to get views. And you know what? Fuck it. If at some point the fucking media.
Do you think that he's doing
it?
But do you think that's really what he's doing? Because it appears to me that he's very genuine about this. That he has that old set mentality.
Yes.
And
I
that,
no, yes, and I agree with that too. I think he's a very old school Southern guy.
yeah, he's
Because
from
the South.
Atlanta, yeah.
And he has these old school ways of thinking about everything. And and you know what? Yeah, do I think he's a smart guy? Hell no, I don't think he's smart.
No,
I mean,
not
obviously,
I never thought he
music.
I never thought he was, but I just appreciated. I liked some of his songs.
Oh yeah,
and
so did I.
And it just
Well,
sucks.
he's made
Yeah.
good music. Yeah, he's made very, very catchy rap songs. Like, but yeah, as far as as far as him goes, he's not on the level. He's yeah.
Speaking of this, so we're gonna move away from entertainment. We got one last topic to cover. We're gonna do sports. Albert, give us a sports jingle. Sports. Yeah. So, in sports, oh man, have you seen this viral video that's been going around of this woman who totally got her mans destroyed at a Pittsburgh Steeler game for talking shit?
I did see this. Oh, this is great.
Oh my god, we're gonna watch it. She just got this dude obliterated, and
here we go. We got a Karen. We got a Karen.
And then her man stands up. Her man stands up, and he just gets knocked the fuck out.
And
oh, hey, Waylon. This is Waylon. This is Waylon. Oh, but we got to watch this as the part that really gets me. Watch this.
She hit him first.
Yeah, she slapped him in his face.
Get his glasses. Somebody get his glasses.
She did.
So
she hit him first. She fucked up.
So she, and you know what? I'm willing to go out. There's no footage, but I'm willing to go on a bet that she probably instigated that whole goddamn thing. Right? That's just that's my assumption. But then we saw on the video she slaps that guy. That guy is about to hit her, but he holds back, right? And then that other dude gets up and starts shoving him, and then he starts beating that guy's ass. And then after he gets his ass beat, like he gets knocked out for a second, she comes over and tells him, she starts yelling at her man, telling him to sit down and shit. I mean, that's just crazy, dude. He needs, I don't know if they're married or whatever, but he is fucked. She's bad. She's bad business. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think that's just a Karen who, I mean, you don't look. It doesn't matter what race. What doesn't matter what gender you are. You do not hit people.
Yeah.
Okay, you do not. And
You're
if
an
you
adult.
hit somebody,
Yep.
if you hit somebody,
Yep.
and they hit you back, what? I mean, that's just human.
And look, he didn't even hit her back. He was gonna, but honestly, she started that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you got to keep your hands to yourself. I've seen so many videos over the years of white people hitting a black or minority person first, and then when the other person hits them, they freak out.
Right. And you know what? That was you could tell she was being an entitled little priss.
She was like, I'm gonna hit him and we'll see what he does.
See what he does. Yeah.
That's fucked up. You don't get to hit people. It doesn't matter what your fucking gender, race is, nothing. It doesn't matter. You don't hit people. And if you hit them and they hit you back, it's over.
Well, speaking of, I guess, racism, I'm going to pause this. God damn it, stupid Fox News fucking app, all fucking dumb, fucking up my stream. Dumbass Fox News. So anyway, we talked about this on the show a while back, but there's been an update in it. So if there's a lady named Rachel Nichols who I don't think you know, but she's really big in the NBA scene. She ran this show called The Jump, which is like she was the host for it, and really the face for it. And so and every time there would be like big high profile NBA games, she was the correspondent, like, you know what I mean, who would go down and interview all these people. Now, last year she made some remarks about how well, it says it, I think, here in the article, her exact remarks. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but she said, God damn it. Something to the degree of, that the network was feeling pressure about their crappy long-time record of diversity, right? Because they had put this, like, African-American woman that wasn't as big as she was to, interview these players instead of her, right? And she was butthurt about that, right? And she was like, it's because she's basically saying, I'm not getting the job because I'm white or I'm not black, right? And she's like, it sucks that I'm not getting the job because I'm a woman and I've worked really hard in this industry, right? Anyway, this was like a year ago or months and months ago, and now they have taken her completely off the air. Over all that, and so it's just kind of one of those. It's just interesting to me because for one, what she said was pretty stupid, right? But yeah, that seems like a pretty drastic response, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
I agree with you. Look, she works for a business and for a company. She's an employee. And sometimes when you're working at a company, a huge company, someone might get a position that you wanted and felt like you should get. Hey, guess what? You got to take your L's. You got to fucking deal with it.
Right.
She wants to fucking get on the internet and blast her and saying it's because she's white. Well, good luck with that one.
Oh yeah, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose that fucking fight.
Yeah. No one gives a fuck about you saying because you're white.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So
no, it was a really dumb thing to do and say.
She should just let it fucking go.
But to her defense, one of the things that she said was, the entire ESPN company just has a horrible history of hiring women in general, let alone women of color, right?
Well, that just sounds like she's just trying to throw them under the bus now that she's not happy.
But it's also pretty true. It's also pretty true.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm sure it is true, Jonathan. But the fucking girl works there.
She does, I'm sure she made a lot of money. She had a 6-year contract.
Oh yeah, she wasn't saying shit when she was making those paychecks. No. All of a sudden, she don't get what she wants. She wants to cry and complain. Fuck! I don't believe that. Fuck that. Fuck.
Well, we got to move on. We got 2 last stories, and we got to go.
Everybody's job sucks, bitch. Get over it.
I would be remiss if we ended this episode before we talk about this topic with sports, because this is the big sports news of the week: the fucking milk crate challenge. What the fuck is going on with this, dude? What the fuck is this shit?
By the way, have you seen anyone do it?
Yeah, I have. Oh, you haven't
seen? I haven't seen anyone.
Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna send you 2 videos. I've seen people do it, but there's 2 videos out there, and if anybody wants to go watch, there's a girl who does it in high heels. Badass, right? And there's another guy who does it while he's rolling a blunt. Fucking amazing, right? And I've heard it called the Hood Olympics. I mean, that's probably a little bit racist, but this is just a weird phenomenon going on right now, right?
Yeah.
Is it because people are bored and they're locked up?
Yeah, for sure. I think, has a lot to do with
because it's so dangerous, dude. I've seen so many people get hurt doing this. Like, really, really hurt. Like, broken ribs, knock themselves out, break teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, you could die. You could break your neck doing this shit. Like, someone, like there was a meme going around saying, like, you won't get a vaccine, but you'll do the crate challenge? What the fuck's wrong with you?
No, I mean, people are bored. Yeah, for sure. Broke. That's a fun trending thing, and
I mean, I guess if you do it, you get famous because it's so hard to do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna send you the videos. If you haven't seen the guy that rolled the blunt, that one set me up. That one I was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, because that guy was already probably stoned out of his mind. But
right.
Anyway, we're about done. I wanted to finish with that was sports. This has been Booze and News. We do this show typically every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time here on YouTube. Albert Deleon, Jonathan Fleissner. Albert Deleon has a YouTube channel and a TikTok and Instagram and everything. It's Albert Deleon Live. You guys should go follow it. He posts content all the time. We also do a show on Sundays on Instagram TV. And who do we have next week? Let me see real quick. We got this week on Sunday, we have, JT Haberstadt, who's a great, he's a funny-ass comedian, and that's going to be fun to talk to him. My friend, as we go, this is going to, I haven't come up with a name for this, but I want to leave y'all with this moment. My friend, Johnny Tim Chatton, sent me this video earlier from his TikTok, and I thought it was really funny. And it's about coronavirus, so I'm gonna play this for y'all, and this will be it for us for the day. Let me pull that shit up and turn the volume on and push play. So apparently there was a study that came out, and he sent me the details on this study. This was a study from he sent the study to me. Cool. It was erectile dysfunction risk is 6 times higher with men that have caught COVID-19. This was done by, anyway, I can post up the article for y'all if you want to look it up. It's actually on WebMD, and there is I guess studies about this right now. And what's really interesting, Albert, is the company that makes the Pfizer vaccine, right, for COVID-19 is literally the same company, Pfizer, that makes the little blue pill that all the men take for erectile dysfunction.
All right.
So if you didn't know that little blue pill that people take, that's the same ones. So anyway, this is a cool video. Check this out. This is by my buddy. Follow him. His TikTok is, let's see, I thought I had it written down. What was it? His TikTok is at Broadcast Dex. So check him out if you like the video, and here we go.
Male infertility, particularly impotence, and it can infect.
What you think about not to work? What you think about not to work? What? Anti-vaxxers, what the fuck? Yo, think about not to work. You cannot procreate. That is what is keeping us safe. Yo, think about not to work. What you think about not to work? What you think about not to work?
COVID infection can do is cause male infertility, particularly impotence.
All right, so there you guys go. Thank you guys for tuning in to Booze and News. We'll see y'all next week, and cheers.
Cheers.